What's up, guys? I'm answering some business questions right now, and one question that comes up is, how do you differentiate your business account from your personal account? How do you pay yourself? How do you pay your employees? And how do you make that distinction? Because sometimes, you see all this money in your business account, and you want to take it all out and then just put it into your personal account. And then you empty out your business account and then you have no money to continue, operating expenses. And then you feel like if it's your money because, you are the owner of the business, but at the same time, this business, it's its own entity. So the business needs money to pay employees, buy materials, pay rent, pay equipment, and it depends what business you own, but you're always going to have bills to pay. Water, electricity, different vendors. So you can't leave your business account in zero. And it was something hard for me to understand when I started. I started at 18 years old, and nobody really explained to me how to run a business and how to go about it. So, I always struggled with that. And I'm like, fuck that. That's my money. I invested money into this business, and I want to get my investment money right back. And yeah, the idea makes sense, but that concept doesn't work, because in the end of the day, it's like you lend money to that business and you can't really get that money back until your business starts making a lot of profit. Most of the time, businesses won't make any profit until the first or second year, sometimes a little bit more. So if you're struggling now because you don't have money, then you should have not been in business, and I didn't understand that. So, I had invested probably like $10,000 or $20,000 when I first started my business. And I'm like, shit, I want all my money back because I worked hard for this money, but you're not getting that money back, man. Not right away. You gotta wait. Sometimes there's weeks that I wouldn't even get paid because I had to pay my employees. And my first business was construction. I'm a general contractor, so I'm here, basically financing the construction jobs because, I haven't gotten paid from the owner yet or from the other contractor because we haven't gotten to the point of payment yet because my employees haven't finished, or we haven't gotten that far into the project. They only gave me a deposit, but I already used up that money. So, my initial investment into my business, now I bought all this equipment, I bought all these materials, and I can't get that money back until I'm done with the job, or until I'm like 50% or 75% completed with the job. So, I'm looking at all this money in the business, but now I need to continue buying materials, continue paying employees, continue paying bills, and then I have my personal expenses, which is my rent, my car, my electricity, and the business has his own office expenses. So it was kind of hard to comprehend all that, especially I'm 18 and I don't know what the fuck is going on. I just know I invested like 20 grand into this business, and now I can't get that money right back because it's tied up into the business. It's continuous paying out employees, buying materials, and I'm not seeing any profit, so soon. And basically how I started to understand it was the business, it's his own person, and I lend money to that business, and I gotta pay myself, but I can't pay myself until everyone else in my business was getting paid. Because if I pay myself and I don't pay my employees, yeah, I just made a lot of money, but guess what? That's the last time I'm gonna make a lot of money because my employees are gonna leave me. So I had to understand that I had to pay my employees first, make sure that they were taken care of, make sure that the bills were taken care of, and if there was any money left over, I would probably pay myself. But most of the time I still wouldn't take that money out because I needed to have money in my business account to continue the project, so it's a very hard concept to understand because you're seeing this money and you want to get it, you have your own personal bills, but it's not that easy. It's not just like, hey, let me pull this money out and leave the business account at zero. So you always got to understand that the business, it's his own person, and that account has to be producing money that money has to be buying more materials, paying more bills, paying more equipment. You can't just leave it in zero. And even if that means you're not getting paid yourself. So once you understand that and you are able to comprehend and do it, you're going to start seeing some more money, because everything you invest into your business is going to be profit. The profit just might take a little time for you to see it, but when you do see it, it's going to be worth it. So make sure you understand that before you start trying to take all your money out and put it into your personal account and pay your personal bills, because that's not how it is. It's two people now. The business is one person and you are another person. You have your own bills and the business has its own bills. So you basically are lending money to that business, and that business is going to pay you back. But that business is going to pay you back until you start making profit, until that business starts making profit. Until then, you got to suck it up and wait. So keep that in mind. Since you want to have your own business, that's something important that you got to understand. The other question is also, what salary do you give yourself? And that's the thing. You don't know what salary to give yourself until your business starts making some profit. When I first started, I was like, shit, let me pay myself what I pay my employees, $500 a week. And I was just trying to live off of that. And, I was able to make a habit of just getting, $500 a week. That's what I was paying, some of my employees, not all of them. Some were getting actually more than I was. But I was just making myself be another employee of the company because, I wanted to see how I could make that company account grow, how that money could grow. And then I can't start paying myself, fucking 10 grand a week because the business is not producing that much money. Once the business starts producing more money, then you can pay yourself a lot more, but in the beginning, you got to start as low as possible. So, even if that means you're not getting paid nothing at all, then you can't get paid shit. You got to make sure everything else is taken care of before you put yourself a salary. Once your business is making money, then you can see what salary you're getting. Once you have a couple of contracts and a couple of different vendors or a couple of different, projects going on, and money's coming in consistently every week or every month or every 2 weeks or however you're getting paid, then is when you can make a decision and know what is your salary. Because okay, well, every month I'm getting 100 grand and I have to pay out my employees and pay out my bills and pay everything, and that's 50 grand. So now I have $50,000 left over. I don't recommend you pay yourself those whole 50 grand because your business needs to have money, but at least you can pay yourself 10 grand and leave another 40 in your account. That's how I did it. And that's how you should do it as well, because I didn't understand how to do business in the beginning. I'm 18. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. Nobody explained it to me. And the only person that I would see doing it was, other people in construction. And these guys, they might know a lot about construction, but they don't know shit about business. And what they do is, if they get paid 10 grand and that's their profit is 10 grand, well, they're fucking taking the whole 10 grand for themselves, or go waste it, on a vacation, or go and fucking buy a new car, or go, buy clothes, and they're not reinvesting this money into the business. And then that's why they're always broke, because they're not putting money back into the business. All they're doing is taking the money, spending it on their personal expenses, or, maybe buying beers or fucking, different things. It doesn't matter what you spend the money on. If you're not investing the money back into your business, you're wasting it. And that money's not going to last. Because you might have gotten lucky this year and gotten a shitload of business, but next year's not guaranteed, because you work for yourself. And as much money as you put into yourself, that's what you're going to get back. And if you don't have no capital, then you can never make no moves. You can never really count on yourself and have a secure mind, knowing that, oh, you know what, if I don't have any money coming in this week, there's still money in that account and I'm good for the next 6 months. So you won't have that security, that safety net, because you're emptying out your account all the time. So my suggestion is, leave as much money as you can in your business account, after you pay everything else, and then give yourself a small salary. You know, if you want to make a big investment and buy something, you have money in your business account. But if you want to just spend all your money on going out and going to restaurants and buying clothes or buying shoes or buying a better car or getting a bigger house, then you're not going to go too far, you know. Until your business is not established and it's not something legit that you know every month or every week you're coming and getting a big paycheck, then you can't start splurging. You got to make sure your business is popping and your business is well known before you start going crazy and spending all this money. And even then, you still want to be able to compete with other bigger guys, right? So you can't compete with someone that's bigger than you if you don't have the money like them. If you don't have the capital, you can't go against someone else that has more money than you, because they're going to take you out. You know, they can bleed you out. They can underbid you and make less money than you because they have more money in their account. If you don't have that money, you can't go against someone head to head because you need that money. You know, you're living paycheck to paycheck. These motherfuckers are not. They got money to just throw away and take you out of business. And that's the name of the game. So be smart and keep your money in your account. Don't waste it on bullshit.